Hello everybody, happy Monday. I am hopping on here real quick because I just wanted to go over a couple things. I don't know if you guys had a chance to hop on to the team call last night, but there was a lot of really awesome information from the series that we're doing. And then I love that we're doing the series, but then that we're kind of going over it and we're talking about it and how to relay it like to where we're at today or where you might be at today, and we all kind of discuss it. So I really enjoy doing these team calls. I just think they're super important and informative and all of that. But if you didn't have a chance to get on there last night, there was something that I've talked about before, but I feel like it's that important. I want to talk about it again. I still get these messages of people talking about like, oh, I don't know why nobody's buying stuff, or nobody ever wants to buy stuff, or I'm not going anywhere, I'm not promoting, and I'm not this. And like, to be honest with you, I always feel really bad when I get these messages. Like I do, I feel bad because I get it, because I feel like I've been there before. But I think what we need to kind of do is we need to kind of take a look inside of like ourselves and really figure out what it is that we may or may not be doing. And I know that's not necessarily what people want to hear, but this is not a get-rich scheme. This is not like a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not, that's why it's not a scam, because you have to put the work in. You have to be consistent. You have to be willing to kind of go out of your comfort zone and message people stuff that you may not want to message them. And I can understand that can be overwhelming and scary. But we set up these tools, and we have all these tools in place that are going to help us with this. And one of those are our push. And, Stacy was talking about it last night, and she said, I had somebody before who was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not getting any sales. I'm not promoting, and I'm frustrated, which totally get why you'd be frustrated. But then she said, well, are you doing the push? And the person said, well, no, I'm not really. And then she says, well, that's where you need to start. So that's what I'm going to say to you guys. There's a reason why Jen and I do what we do. And I've said this before, there is a method to our madness. And that reason is, if you're not participating in the tools that are given to you, that we are giving to you, that Stacy has given to you, if you're not doing that, then there's a good chance that you may not be getting the sales you want, or you may not be promoting as quickly as you want. Because these are put in place by people that have been doing this business for a long time, have figured out what works and what doesn't work. And then sometimes things work for a long period of time, and then all of a sudden you got to switch it up, because that's the way of the world, right? Social media is always changing. The algorithms on Facebook, and what you can and cannot post, and the words that if you use the word drop now, it's going to get looked at as you're trying to sell something, so they block it to the bottom of the Facebook. Like, those things are stuff we have to keep up on. And that is you having to do some of that research. Like, I don't want you guys just to rely on our top leaders to always give us the answers. We need to start finding the answers, and we need to start figuring out, what do we need to do to build our business? Because although this is your own business, you're not in business alone, so we're all going to help each other. But part of it is you have to put the work in. You just do. And if you're not willing to put the work in, then the answer is going to always be the same now. It's going to be that you need to put the work in. So if it's something you don't want to do, and you just want, and I'm not saying anyone specific. So if you've messaged me about this is not about you personally. This is just in general. This is just something that I've realized that, I used to take it personal, like when I needed to find something, and Stacy would say, well, you need to go here and look for it. And I used to be like, oh man, why can't you just show it to me? But then I realized she'd be hurting me by just showing it to me, okay? And I'm still guilty of just showing people how to get to where they need to go to. So sometimes now I'll do a screen recording and I'll show it to you. But my answers now need to be like, go to the team page and try to find it first. Because 99.999% of what we are looking for, a question you're going to have, we already got answers to them. And the other thing is, I think it's really beneficial, and for myself as well, to kind of go back over the training modules and kind of make sure that we have all the information, because there's a lot of really great, awesome information in there. So I'm going to go through those. I'm going to start training module 1 today, and I'm going to start putting myself through them just to make sure there's nothing I'm missing. Because again, things change all the time. So the other thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is stories and how amazing they are, and these polls. I'm constantly thinking about, as I'm like doing my work, I'm sitting at my desk and I'm writing something down for work, and I'm like, oh, you know what? That'd be a really good story, or this would be a really good story. You want to make sure that you're not just doing just It Works, okay? You want to be doing It Works and your life. But what's good about it is that you can put a little bit more It Works into it than you can by just posting on Facebook, which is awesome. But people like to give their opinion. People like to give their thoughts. And by doing that, you know, by doing these polls, you're giving them that option. You're also opening a dialogue, okay? And like what Jen had pointed out in our chat the other day, you know, answering other people's stories, responding to other people's stories is a great way to start a conversation. I am still talking to multiple women that I answered or I commented on their stories. And sometimes it wasn't even a poll. It was just a cute little picture of their kid. And I'm like, oh my God, your daughter is so cute. And they're like, thank you. And then we went back and forth and we were still talking today. And this was last week. So that I find a lot less nerve-wracking than I do maybe just messaging somebody out of the blue. So I think that's a really awesome tool that Jen picked up on and that we're using now. And the reason that we are doing the messaging contest that we're doing, okay, is because we didn't want to, okay, we went back and forth on whether or not we should require you to show us screenshots or not as like proof. And I didn't want to do like a random, like, oh, I'm just going to randomly check. I didn't want to do that either. So we figured, you know what, why not kill two birds with one stone? We all want you guys to be doing the push, okay? And even if you've never even looked at the push up until this date, you can still jump in today. Okay, Stacey's giving away awesome, cool prizes on multiple threads instead of just one big collective prize, which is awesome. And that means you get to kind of choose how many you do, whether you do one or you do five. If you just do the messaging one, I think that you should do more, and I'm going to suggest that you do more, but if you just do the messaging one, then we can go in and we can see, okay, she posted, and you still want to come in and say 30 done, 20 done, 15 done, whatever you've done. That's going to get you one entry. 30 messages a day is still going to get you one entry. And then if you do 15 host-to-post asks, that's going to get you an extra entry. So we're literally giving you guys all these awesome tools to say, okay, do this and do this and do this and do this. And I promise you, if you do these things, I promise you, things are going to start kind of working together for you. They just are. That's creepy. Like I walking in the background. That's a little creepy. Sorry. I just put together a really fun, cool story that has, we do know that all the stuff that we're giving away, that I'm giving away on Halloween, like you can do like a gift for each one of them, right? So I got the air fryer and I got a blender and I got a $100 gift card, $100 cash, and then there's even a thing called Triple Threat. So you can make cool stories up and you can just pick a couple of those and throw them up there and say, who wants free prizes? Like who wants a free $100 bill? Like who wants it? You guys need to ask the questions, okay? And people will answer you, I promise you. And then go into your team chat, screenshot what you did, and we will give you the message or we'll give you some suggestions on what you need to do next, okay? I hope I'm not sounding rude. I'm not trying to sound rude. I just think that the only way for you guys to do these things is to just kind of get in there and do them, okay? Trust me, I've been in your situation. I've been where you are, and I've been nervous and I've been scared. I've been scared to ask Jen. I've been scared to ask Stacey. I don't want you guys to be scared to ask us, but just know that if you're looking for an honest answer, I'm going to give it, Jen's going to give it, Stacey's going to give it, because the only way for you to become the amazing leaders that we all know that you can be is by you putting in the work. You've got to put in the work, guys. If you're not willing to put the work in, then you're just wasting yourself. You're wasting your time, and you're wasting my time. And you know, I work full time. I work 60 hours a week sometimes, and I don't have extra time to be giving out to anybody that doesn't want to put the work in. But if you're willing to put the work in, I will give you my time. I will give you 100% of what I can. I will help you out as often as I can. But you got to try to find the answers. You got to try to, you got to put the work in. And messaging is like, it's it. Okay, you're gonna, people, if you're messaging people, they're gonna start seeing your posts. So then you can put really good posts up. And they're going to start seeing that you're consistent about it, and then they're going to start messaging you. People will randomly start messaging you and say, what's that coffee that you're drinking? What's that celery that you're talking about? What's that new skincare? You know, it's just amazing. It's amazing how this business works, and everything that Stacey has said has come true. And she gets all that information from experience and from other leaders. You know, everything they say is true. Don't stop putting the work in now, okay, because promotions are coming up at conference. So put as much work as you can in now. You know, October, November, December, so that way when it comes time and they do bonuses, it's going to be that much easier to get there, okay? Don't stop putting the work in now, guys. We love you all. I think you guys are amazing. We love our team and where you guys are going and what you're doing. Sorry this is longer than normal, but I just had to get those things off my chest. I got to go pick up my salad for my lunch. I'll talk to y'all soon, and that's a wrap.